What's up guys, this is Valentina of Bigger Creations, and today we're going to talk about some of my favorite VSTs and my favorite music production plugins all together. Let's do this. I always get a ton of questions of like, what VSTs am I using? Where did I find that sound? Or how did I process my vocals that way? Or why are my mixes so clean? Or why does my master sound so good? Well, I'm going to show you right now. So there's actually been some exciting news about Native Instruments and Izotope. They are finally coming together as one, and in celebration of doing that, they are bundling two of their most popular bundles together and giving you a ton of savings. Some of my favorite VSTs and some of my go-to music production plugins all in one bundle for a lot cheaper than what I paid for them. And it's going to be on sale until March 22nd. Native Instruments, which you've heard me talk about before, I bought a lot of things from them, including this awesome keyboard. But some of my favorite VSTs come from Native Instruments. And then there's Izotope, who has some of the most amazing music production tools and plugins to help you take your music to the next level. So I'm going to show you what comes with this bundle that's coming in the deal and show you how I use some of those things in my projects. And that way you can determine if it's time for you to cop that since it's on sale. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description if you want to check it out, but I'm going to show you exactly why both of these tools are super big in my arsenal of things that I use to create music. Okay, so right here, I've pulled up one of my favorite beats that I've ever worked on, and I'm just going to kind of break down what kind of things I've used. Let me just give you a little preview of what it sounds like.
You don't even know what it did to me. Walking around and missing a part of me. I'm feeling weak, so baby, hold on to me. Won't you just hold on to me? Find out what that you know. I'm so past the vulnerable, so ready for healing. I'm tired of feeling this all. You've got everything that I need. Won't you come on, hold my hand? So glad I have you to hold me. You the greatest, you're my man.
Okay, so that gives you a brief idea, kind of what the project sounds like. Basically, everything in here, all of the synths that you hear, the instruments that you hear are from the Native Instruments Komplete 13 pack and VSTs inside of there. This one specifically, I used Super 8 a lot in this one, but this is basically one of the VSTs inside of the Komplete 13 bundle. You can just go through some of the presets in here. For the main pluck, I used Super 8, and this is what it sounds like. And all I did to it was just add some RC20. So let me take off the RC20 so you can hear the actual sound before the RC20. And this is just the mallet pop setting. And then I added RC20 with just some stereo wobble and some space and a little bit of distortion, and then use some of the filtering here on the bottom. So now it sounds like this. Okay, then I added another Super 8 synth to layer on top of it because you always need to layer synths. It's just the way it goes. This one is called Afterlife. And then I added another Super 8 synth. I told you I used this one a lot in this production, but don't worry, I'm going to show you some of the other instruments. So this one is the ballad synth, and that sounds like this. This one is the bamboo setting, and I did end up adding some of the RC20 here, similar settings as the first main synth, and this is what that sounds like by itself. So all together, that gives us this right here. just freaking awesome, freaking amazing that I can get all of those sounds from the same synthesizer. And that's just one of the VSTs that comes with Native Instruments, Komplete 13. Some of my favorite ones are like the picked acoustic. You can do just kind of like a melody, or you can do like a pattern. So this is the pattern one. And then you can also do just like auto chords here. So it sounds like a real guitar. I love it. So some of my favorite ones inside of Komplete 13 are all of the guitar ones. The picked acoustic, the electric sunburst, the strummed acoustic. This lo-fi glow one is really, really cool. You get some unique sounds that really, really work for all sorts of music production today, not just lo-fi. But for example, it like already sounds beautiful. And there's so many presets inside of there. Then we also got, let's see, what are some of my other favorite ones? I love Analog Dreams. You've seen me use this one a lot in my productions. That's pretty aggressive. But you can go in here and actually go through like leads and pads. Let's see, 1984. I love this one because it's really like retro, which is totally in right now. Really cool sounds. You can get some violins, you can get some horns, which you've also seen me use on this channel, some strings, some piano, like this gentleman piano just sounds beautiful, and you can mess with all the settings. It's beautiful. So honestly, like, it's a steal. You are getting all of these VSTs in one. This also includes like the Super 8. So if I were here to go into Native Instruments, it brings all of these. So Super 8, Reactor, Massive, Machine 2, FM8, Battery, Absinthe, all the VSTs I just showed you in Contact. It is a lot. So yeah, you may see like the original price over $1,000, but it is like a ton of different sounds. There's just thousands of sounds and VSTs that you can't find anywhere else. And that's why it's one of their most popular bundles. I paid full price for the Komplete 13 bundle, and I made a video about it and trying to just kind of show you guys whether I thought it was worth it or not. I'll put a link to it here if you guys want to check it out in more depth. Just in this one project alone, you can see that it made a huge difference in my sound selection. Let me talk a little bit about Izotope. Now, Izotope, I've shown you in some of my vocal tutorials I've used that are now like my go-tos every single time I mix vocals. And one of those things is the RX8 bundle, which now is like RX9. But basically, I use the RX breath control every single time whenever possible, because I hate having to go in and just like edit all my breaths out if I want to. Or sometimes you don't want to edit all of your breaths out, but you don't want them to be as loud as everything else when you compress the vocal. And that's what the breath control allows you to do. It lets you hit like a target threshold and how sensitive you want it to be as far as like how many breaths you want it to eliminate or minimize. And it literally just takes care of the breaths for you in your recording. So let me show you what it sounds like before adding the Izotope plugins. So right now, I'll just show you the main vocal.
You don't even know what it did to me. Walking around and missing a part of me. I'm feeling weak, so baby, hold on to me. Won't you just hold on to me?
Okay, you heard those breaths, like they are so in your face. Now, if I add the RX breath control,
you don't even know what it did to me. Walking around and missing a part of me. I'm feeling weak, so babe.
You see how it doesn't like completely just cut out like a noise gate would do? It just kind of minimizes that breath, and especially helps your vocals sound a lot more natural than actually just cutting it out, especially if your vocal is in a quiet part of the mix where there aren't a lot of other instruments or sounds going on. You definitely don't want it to make it sound like totally unnatural. So this I love it. I love it. And you can actually just hit output breaths only so you can hear what you're actually getting rid of. But yeah, one of my go-tos, I use it every single vocal production because it just saves a lot of time and it's very, very natural sounding. Then I add a mouth declick, which also comes in this bundle, but basically it eliminates some of those high frequency clicks and pops that come with just your saliva and your tongue moving around your mouth. So before adding it,
hold on, you don't even know what it did to me. Walking around and missing a part of me.
So you could really hear it at the end of the phrases. Now watch it with this on.
You don't even know what it did to me. Walking around and missing a part of me.
So subtle, but it really makes a difference in making your vocals sound more professional. I add some denoising just to take away a little bit of the background noise, especially as we bring the volume up.
You don't even know what it did to me. Walking around and missing a part of me. I'm feeling like...
And then lastly, depending on your recording and how it went, sometimes there's some plosives that still come through your pop filter, and I love using the deplosive to kind of get rid of that. So listen to this.
You don't even know what it did to me. Walking around and missing a part of me.
Okay, listen to that part of me without it.
You don't even know what it did to me. Walking around and missing a part of me.
It's in your face, right? Like you have a little bit of that pop in there, and this totally takes care of it. So honestly, like all of those little things together, picking the right sounds and then getting some quality vocal production and production into your mix really makes a huge difference. Now, there are so many plugins and sounds that come with these bundles. I just wanted to show you guys kind of like a little snapshot into what you could potentially be making if you had these plugins in your arsenal. So check it out. The sale ends on March 22nd. It'd be a good time to cop it. I wish I would be buying it right now, but then that would mean I didn't already have it. So you guys are in a good spot. If you've been waiting or saving up money to buy some of these things, I would probably pull the trigger now if you can, because it is a buttload of savings. Do you already have these plugins, or have these been on your wish list? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Is it worth it? I think it's totally worth it, especially with the way this bundle is until March 22nd. So if you want to save a few $100s and actually cop some of the best production tools out there, check out the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future videos. And as always, if you ever have any questions or want to see more content, check me out on Instagram. Keep making beats.